On three.
Pop Podcast doesn't exist. Episode 40. Here we are, baby. August 11th. Great weekends of games. The Mets are struggling. The Yankees struggling. The Mariners. Oh my God, they're hot. They're hot. And girls suck at umpiring. That's the biggest story of the weekend. First girl umpire ever. Jen Powell doing our Braves. She missed the first call, Mitchell. What do you think? Should they ban girls?
The first call wasn't great, but overall, she did quite well. 93% overall accuracy, just a tad lower.
I heard she ranked 13th out of 15 umpires on Saturday.
I mean, for a minor league umpire, that means she did better than two major league umpires.
And you're saying that girls should be rated differently?
She did better than two other umpires. Overall, she did 93% accuracy. It was weird. Her misses were like really bad.
Maybe those two other umpires are girls and we just don't know.
Could be. But overall, like, it wasn't. If this was a scorecard that wasn't Jen Powell, probably would go unnoticed.
Oh yeah, you think so?
No, I found one from yesterday.
Yeah,
pretty much
obviously.
the same thing.
No one's gonna notice an umpire getting 90% accuracy rate. But it was the first chick ever, dude. It's historic.
And so then it was the worst thing ever. The call, I'll put up the first call. First call of the game was not great. Well inside.
Listen, dude, in the fucking war of boys versus girls, the boys wouldn't let her have this one because, dude, a historical moment. First female umpire in Major League Baseball. Everyone's real happy for her. First games, she played first base, got the calls right. I was watching the highlights. They were replaying her calls. Then it was like, first call. You see this, Jack? Everyone saw this, right?
I did see it.
It was freaking dunking on chick. Boys rule, girls rule. But listen, can you respect the moment? Respect the umpires.
I feel like if two male MLB umpires did worse than her, then they should be fucking bumped down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she didn't do that bad, but it was pretty funny how they set it up. The first pitch ever called by a girl, and then she's like, there it is. She missed it by like 3 inches. Tough look.
She was just ready to call the first pitch to strike whatever it was.
It was a tough look. But listen, everyone being sexist online, you can fucking zip it. All right. Jack, do you think women should have the right to vote?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
Glad we're on the same page.
I know. So don't be doing
Real tough question.
Don't fucking do any sexist shit in the comments. I don't want to see these people dunking on girl umpires being bad.
See, this is why Baseball for Baddies will never come on. Because she's going to hear this shit and she's going to be like, I don't fuck with him.
You really want her on bad, don't you?
You're trying to promote women in the sport.
Because you're a creep. That's why. Because you're a creep. Anyway, we're moving on to something else, all right? The Mets. What the hell happened to the New York Mets?
They ran into the hottest team in baseball.
It's true, but they were being pretty bad before that, if we're being fair.
4 straight losses,
I mean, listen, we got 7 straight losses for the Mets right now. 11 of their last 12 games have been losses for the Mets. On June 13th, they were 45-24. That's the best record in MLB. All right, 5.5 game lead over the Phillies. Since June 13th, 3rd worst record in baseball. Only teams worse than the Mets since June 13th. Spoiler, the Nationals and the Rockies. Both those teams just by 1 game, though. They had a 69% chance to win the division on June 13th. Now they got a 10% chance. Mets fans, you only got a 10% chance to win the division, dude.
You don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The NL East is over. That's right. It's a wrap. No one is touching the Mets.
No one. Yeah, so it's been a struggle for the Mets, man. 28th ranked pitching staff in baseball in that span. 29th worst offense by runs. Pete Alonso fell off since that hot start. 686 OPS since June 13th. Lindor, even worse, 607 OPS. And Mark Vientos, maybe the most disappointing player, definitely the most disappointing player on the Mets this year, coming off that insane rookie year last year. 572 OPS for Mark Vientos. It's funny. I remember going this year. I said Mark Vientos is going to be the X factor. Mitchell, you heard me.
I remember that.
I kept saying it. Mark Vientos, this guy can make or break this lineup. If he's what we know he can be and what he was last year, this could be the best lineup in baseball. If he regresses, because you never know after one rookie season, we've seen it go both ways, then this lineup isn't as deep as we thought, even with the Soda Meister, Soda Pop. He's got some pop. Soda's doing well. I swear Juan Soto only does good when the Mets suck.
Since June 1, he's been the second or third best hitter in baseball by WRC plus.
And Mets fans are still booing him.
Mets fans are still booing him.
So, sorry, Mets fans. You deserve it. You don't deserve to win. You're bad people to your core. Anyway, I'm just kidding. I love the Mets. So we all know the Mets are struggling. They've been struggling a little bit. It's all right. Guess who's coming to town?
Santa.
Close. Jack, who do the Mets play this weekend?
You want me to just guess? 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know.
The Athletics.
Close. The Brewers. The Milwaukee Brewers. And you remember from last year in the wild card series, Brewers versus Mets, neck and neck 3-game series. The Brewers thought they had it. Devin Williams was tipping, and then Pete Alonso, bing bong, thank you for coming, walks off the Brewers and kills Bob Uecker in the booth. Last game Bob Uecker ever saw was Pete Alonso rubbing his dick and his balls all over the Brewers, right? So the Brewers saw that. They took it personally. The Brewers, opposite end of the spectrum, they've been the best team in baseball since, let me look it up, since March 30th, the Brewers have the best record in baseball.
Was it from Jay Miz's first start, for real?
No, that's for the first game of the season was March 30th. So they have the best record in baseball since the start of the season. You see what I did there?
I confused myself.
You see what I did there? Because we always do those arbitrary dates. Since June 13th, the Mets suck dick. Well, how'd you come up with June 13th? Since March 30th. That's the start of the season. So it's
that was the start of the season for the Brewers because you forget the first 3 games happened.
Apologize. We can't forget about Japan.
I also, for some reason, I thought he didn't start off starting.
No,
He didn't. The Miz didn't get there until June, probably. And the Miz is hurt right now. They're doing it without the Miz. Thoughts and prayers to the Miz. But the Brewers, best team in baseball, best run differential, best record in baseball. Knock off some stats for me, Mitchell, like on this most recent run.
They have been by far like the best team in the National League by 12 full games since I think June, the beginning of June. The second best team in baseball in that time span is the Chicago Cubs, who have lost 9 games in the standings to the Brewers. So they're the second best team in the National League, and they've lost 9 games.
Yeah, I heard something pretty crazy that the Cubs haven't gained a game on the Brewers in the division since last time they played the Brewers, which was in July, like a few weeks ago. So, makes sense because the Brewers haven't lost in how long?
I forget the current winning streak.
9 straight games, I think, because they swept. Whatever they did is they had a stretch where they just played the NL East and murdered every NL East team in a row. They swept the Nationals and scored like 40 runs against the Nationals. Then they played the Braves, swept the Braves, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and then they came into a series against the Mets, man. And this was a tough series for the Mets. The Mets, game 1, they blow a 2-0 lead. In part because of an error in the 5th inning. So they lose 3-2 after blowing a 2-run lead. Game 2, 1-0 lead, blow it. All right, then they had a 3-2 lead, blow it. Then they had a 4-3 lead, blow it, lose the game. So they blew 3 leads in one game. Then game 3, even worse, 5-0 lead, get on them early, hit them around, looking good. Below the lead, Isaac Collins walks it off, home run against Edwin Diaz. Edwin Diaz has been amazing. That's his first earned run since when?
June 2.
Jeez. Edwin Diaz, once those legs straightened out, has been lights out. But Isaac Collins got him this outing. Isaac Collins, could that be Rookie of the Year?
He might be Rookie of the Year. He's a 28.
I'm sorry, Isaac Collins.
When I was saying this name, I'm like so used to saying Isak for the Astros third baseman. that I was like, yeah, Isaac Collins.
I know,
I was like,
so-
wait, that's not his name.
People give me shit. You're saying Isaac Paredes wrong. It's like, yeah, well, it's spelled Isaac.
So
No one's going to give me credit for saying Isaac Collins right.
No.
So why am I getting shit for saying Isaac Paredes wrong? That's just me.
But yeah,
Go on.
Isaac Collins was a Rule 5 pick in 2022 in the minor league phase. He made his debut last season.
You're telling me he got out the mud?
And I don't even, he was in the Colorado Rockies organization.
And they let him go? That's weird.
And they let him go in the minor league phase. So there are 2 phases of the Rule 5 draft. The major league portion, you have to be on the major league roster for the entire year. The minor league phase is literally the old team going, we don't care. You can just keep that player. Give us $10,000. Keep that player.
Well, it's good that the Rockies got $10K. But it's like the Rockies, they have such a plethora of young prospects, young talent coming up.
They really don't miss him,
Yeah, they didn't really need Isaac Collins. Good thing the Brewers got him, though. I mean, the Brewers are the Moneyball team of the century. I mean, the Rays get all the credit for being Moneyball. The Athletics get some credit, not as much anymore. But the Brewers, what the Brewers have done with the roster that is not necessarily star-packed in any sense, they have no stars other than maybe Christian Yelich. But I feel like
You would call Christian Yelich kind of an over-the-hill star, too.
Yeah, kind of a star who went to Milwaukee. People forgot about him.
But they have no.
I mean, his best years were in Milwaukee. His 2019
MVP years, yeah. But overall, they have no outlying players. Like Cal Raleigh and Aaron Judge have the most WAR in baseball, and compared to their teammates, they have double the WAR. But the Brewers don't have any player like that. Of their qualified hitters, the gap is 1 WAR to 2.9 WAR for the hitters. And then their pitching, they only have 2 qualified pitchers.
You know who their star is, though. Sorry, did I cut you off? Are you gonna?
No, is it Andrew Vaughn?
Yes. Andrew Vaughn, this is insane. I'm sure you probably have the splits better than me, but this guy was the worst player on one of the worst teams in baseball. Last year, I guess he was not as bad, about a league average hitter for the worst team of all time. This year, for the Chicago Cubs, again, negative 1.8 WAR in 48 games, which is almost impossible. That is bad.
Mind-blowingly bad.
Terrible. So a 531 OPS for the White Sox, a 189 batting average, and a 218 on-base percentage. The guy hit, terribly. And he got DFA'd?
He was traded for Aaron Savale.
Okay, so they got a nice trade for him. Since getting to the Brewers, 25 games. So half as many games he has, he can't even do that, but he has 1.2 WAR. So he went from a negative 1.8 to a 1.2 in half as many games. 1,041 OPS, 629 slugging percentage. And have they fucking lost since he's got to the team? What's their record?
I think they've lost, not even kidding, 9 games, or not even 5 games since he joined the team.
Andrew Vaughn. Give it up for Andrew Vaughn, man. Rubbing it in on the Mets. May think it matters worse for the Mets, bro. I mean, the Mets, I think the problem with the Mets, one of the biggest problems is the starters right now. The offense has struggled, but the starters can't get out of the 3rd or 4th inning.
The New York Mets broadcast showed a stat on Friday that said they'd only had 1 starter go 6 or more innings in the last 51 games, David Peterson, and that streak was extended on Saturday and Sunday because neither one of the starters went 6 innings.
Yeah. Not even Senga?
Not even Senga.
Yeah, Senga made that error that screwed him. Yeah, we said it. The Mets needed to work on that starting pitching, but it was tough because the Mets did have one of the top starting pitching staffs in baseball for the first half of the season, even though you looked at it and kind of saw there's question marks there for sure, Tyler McGill, Griffin Canning, Clay Holmes, and David Peterson. You don't really look at them and think, oh, okay, those guys are going to be, all-star Cy Young caliber pitchers. But they weren't able to get any starting pitchers at the deadline. Maybe that wasn't their fault because nobody got a starting pitcher at the deadline. They added to the bullpen. Helsley's been pretty bad for them so far. 4 games, he's got a 6.75 ERA. I'd be worried if I was Ryan Helsley because those Mets fans, they're chomping at the bit to blame anybody and everybody.
Yeah, back-to-back days in Milwaukee, he allowed a run, didn't complete a full inning.
Ooh, the lights are brighter in New York, Ryan Helsley. You're on big market watch, sir. Can you perform in the big market, Ryan? Cedric Mullins, you're on big market watch. I'll tell you this about Cedric Mullins, and this is the problem with the Mets. Like, everyone wants to point fingers. Who on the Mets is fucking the Mets up? Is it the starting pitching? Is it the hitters? Is it Alonso? Is it Lindor, who's been slumping most of the season, kind of? I wouldn't say most of the season. He was an all-star starter. But OPS...
basically since June, he's been one of the worst hitters in baseball.
All right, that's not good. But I think it's not any player. I think it's the Mets organization being rotten to their core. Look at Cedric Mullins on the Mets. You see this guy on the Orioles? I mean, big star, type player, looks cool, has swag. And I see him in a Mets uniform, and I'm like, he looks short. Like, I swear Cedric Mullins has shrunk 6 inches since getting to New York.
I mean, he's not tall.
He's not tall, but I never really realized that until he's on the Mets. For some reason, when you put a Mets uniform on, it just looks like minor league. I know people are going to give me shit. Okay, he's wearing a Braves hat. He's biased. Am I right or am I right? The Mets organization is pretty rotten to its core in terms they have like an image issue.
I mean, I really don't like their blue uniforms. But I'll agree with you, sure. It looks like Cedric Mullins has shrunk an inch.
He's shrunk inches since getting to the Mets. And it's not his fault. It's just he's got put on the Mets uniform. And it's like think about Curtis Granderson. Now think of him in the Mets uniform. Great player on the Yankees, Curtis Granderson, presence in the box. Then you saw him on the Mets. Loser. What other players did that? Losers! Think about a guy like Willie Mays. Okay? Giants legend. You see Willie Mays in a Giants uniform? Go look up an old picture of Willie Mays when he went to the Mets when he was like in his older age. Totally looked like a bum.
I gotta find a picture of him with the big sideburns.
So I'm just saying that to say, Mets fans, if you want to blame anyone, just blame the fact that you like the Mets. And also, Mets fans, you guys like hating yourselves anyway, so you should be happy right now. Mets are struggling. The NL East is...
You don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The NL East is over.
Frank the Tank's crash out yesterday was generational. I had that on loop.
You say that every week.
No, this one, usually it's like a one-time watch. You watch it, you go, that was great. His crash out on Sunday was like a loopable. It was 30 seconds long. And then as soon as he usually has like this long pause right before he ends it, where it's like, the Mets are never going to win again. And then it's just a pause, and then you see him turn off.
It's not a pause, it's a deep breath.
This one, he doesn't really have that. He just like is still crashing out as he stops recording. And so it loops back. It's like a perfect crash out.
Respect to Frank the Tank. This is where he's at his best right now on a 7-game losing streak. I mean, they lose, one game, he's on a rant, but you lose 7 in a row. His neighbors are calling whatever, the HOA or whatever the fuck they call it. What do they call it? The HOA?
Homeowners Association?
Homeowners Association. We got a fat Mets fan above us, breaking the walls, mad about the bets, making millions of dollars.
I doubt he's got an HOA. Bro.
I don't know, man. Frank the Tank's a big star. I bet Frank the Tank gets paid.
Yeah, but Frank the Tank wouldn't put up with that shit. He might be the leader of the HOA.
Good point. Good points.
He's a fucking goddamn motherfucking shit. They have everything that fucking sucks. Goddamn fucking. They're not gonna some kind of praising them fucking goddamn no hurt. I wanna fucking see you.
Imagine seeing this guy walking around your neighborhood.
You fucking suck. Motherfucking son of a goddamn motherfucking. They have no fucking heart. Nothing. Fucking goddamn motherfucking. She's a fucking goddamn motherfucking shit. They have everything that fucking sucks.
I think we get it.
And no heart. No heart for the Mets. The good news for the Mets is they face Carlos Carrasco on Wednesday, so you can get them. They'll at least get one win on Wednesday.
Oh, he's throwing a no-hitter. Perfect game against the Mets.
Could you imagine the Frank the Tank reaction to a Carlos Carrasco no-hitter? On the opposite end, though, their rivals, the Phillies. Phillies are hot, man. Phillies just swept the Rangers. That's a tough team at the Rangers that they just swept them, bro. You got any rundown on? We don't have much in here about this series.
This was like the one I didn't get to. Yikes.
So we don't even fucking know what happened in the Phillies.
But Bryce Harper has been incredibly hot since probably that Giants series. Since July, when was that? Maybe 6th? I think he's a top 3 hitter in baseball. He came off the IL, and I remember being like, oh, I think he might be cooked. And then he hits a home run, and since then, he's had, I think, can't find the right date, but it was like top 5, top 3 WRC plus baseball. Kyle Schwarber can't stop hitting homers.
Kyle Schwarber's the GOAT. How many homers does he have right now? He's past Judge. He's
at
past
41.
Ohtani, right? He's tied with Ohtani at 41.
Does Ohtani have 40 or 41?
41.
41.
41. So Kyle Schwarber's second in the league in home runs right now with a 161 OPS plus. That's the third best hitter in the league by OPS plus. 3.9 WAR for a DH. Not too shabby for the fighting Phillies. Curious to see if the Phillies can get him for next year. But Phillies. What's the lead right now for the Phillies?
5.5.
5.5, man. That happened quick. Yeah, so I'm sorry. That's Kyle Schwarber. Kyle Schwarber leads the league in RBIs and leads the National League in home runs. He leads the National League in RBIs. Our boy Castellanos needs to pick it up. Negative WAR for Castellanos. Negative 0.9 WAR. All right, Phillies. I like the Phillies, what they're doing. I mean, the Texas Rangers were my team of the second half, so I don't love them getting swept.
Especially with the Mariners winning.
Yes, and the Mariners are hot. That's the second half team for me as well. You know I got a future on them making the playoffs. Looking pretty good right now. Pretty good for my Mariners. I think the Mariners have won 9 out of 10 since the All-Star break.
They've won 9 out of their last 10, yeah.
And maybe the trade of the deadline so far has been Josh Naylor.
Speed demon.
Yeah, what is that? This guy steals now?
So he's now 11 for 11 since joining the Mariners on July 25th. His career high before this year in steals was 10. And he's done that in like 9, 10 games with the Mariners. No, 12 games. He's getting on base. He's stealing bases. He's one of the slowest players in baseball. He's the slowest in foot speed on the Mariners. And yet since he joined the Mariners, he has almost double the steals of the second most steals on the team.
And you know why? It's because Josh Naylor has baseball instinct, and Josh Naylor wants it more.
He definitely wants it more.
He wants it more than anybody on earth.
I think this man realized that he could possibly have a 30-30 season as soon as he got traded to the Mariners. He went, hey, I could just steal more bases. And no one's catching him. Like, now teams they know he's going to steal bases. They need to treat him like Chandler Simpson, and he's still swiping them.
10 for 10 on stolen bases, and that is since getting to...
So in 15 games, yeah, he's 11 for 11. So I didn't have the latest steal on that doc. But now he's 11 for 11. He has 22 stolen bases on the year. So he had 11 steals with the Diamondbacks in 93 games.
Let's go, Josh Naylor. So since getting traded to Seattle, this guy's got a 939 OPS, 4 home runs. He's hit 3 home runs in the past week. The White Sox are the team that he terrorized. Did you see the call? The White Sox
No.
broadcast? I wish I had that synced up. But they were basically like, dude, this guy just fucking hates the White Sox. Like, yeah, against the White Sox when he was with the Guardians, that was like his biggest freak out walk-off grand slam, to the game-tying home run, and then the walk-off, and he fucking rages. That was against them. In Arizona, he apparently terrorized the White Sox. Then he got to play the White Sox again last week. They swept the White Sox, and they swept your Rays, Jack. How does that feel?
Bad.
It's bad, man, because you boys can't hit anymore. What the happened?
I love the Mariners, though, dude. I think the Mariners are like what's the expression? The white horse?
The White Horse.
What am I trying to say?
Dark horse?
Yeah, the exact opposite.
Literally
of what I
the
said.
opposite.
Yeah, the dark horse. Because I don't know. It just feels right. Doesn't that feel like the most interesting? Like, what's the most interesting World Series turnout for you?
The most interesting World Series turnout to me. I'm the type of guy, I would say the most interesting World Series would be the Dodgers in the National League, for sure, just because the star power with Ohtani, and Ohtani pitching in the World Series will be legendary. And then in the American League, I mean, yeah, the Mariners will be up there.
I think Dodgers Mariners would. I almost want to call it.
Ooh, okay.
I'm calling it.
You're calling Dodgers Mariners.
I think it's my first time calling anything.
I respect the fuck out of that, man. Because you know what? I'm kind of on the same page as you. Like, I look at the American League right now, and it's kind of wide open. No team really stands out as the best team. And I think on paper, the Mariners really do have an argument of being the best team. How good that rotation is. And they haven't even really pitched that well this year, but compared to what they could do. But in the playoffs, to have Luis Castillo, Logan Gilbert,
Brian Wu.
Brian Wu has been amazing this year. Don't forget about George Kerb.
Plus, then we get the home run derby we really wanted, which is Shohei versus Big Dump.
That's right. Imagine they do a swing off.
That's just the World Series.
Yeah, let's just do a home run derby. Bucket. Yeah, and they got a nice bullpen back there too. Mariners are a very solid team, man. And I don't know how Eugenio's done since he's gotten there.
Not great.
Not great, idiot. But guess what? They're still.
It's
What?
like 9 games.
Yeah,
You
they-
can't.
Hey, since he's gotten there, they've won 9 out of 10.
Yeah, he's hitting 105 with a 211 slugging. But it doesn't matter because Josh Naylor is his former and current teammate. Just keeps swiping bases.
And don't forget about the dumper too, because the dumper was cold. Because I was a little upset with the dumper. No, not gonna lie. After the All-Star break, when Judge went down, he had a great opportunity to, pull ahead in that MVP debate, and didn't. That's when he got cold. You have it in the notes right here that the dumper is very cold because you put that in before this series. Do you have the numbers?
So he entered this series with a 177 batting average since July 1. Almost all of his hits were homers. So overall, the 92 WRC plus doesn't look that bad. But he only had 0.6 WAR in the month plus when he could have really widened that gap with Judge. And then Judge came back and Dumper was like, I'm just going to hit homers all series long. He had 3 homers this series.
Boom. 3 games in a row with a home run for the big Dumper, man. So now Dumper leads the league in home runs by a pretty good margin right now. He's got 45 home runs, maybe 46. I'm not sure if Fangraphs updated yet.
It updated.
So he lead the league in home runs, 45, and Schwarber and Shohei are behind him with 41. Judge has fallen down. That 2 weeks he missed really hurt him. He's at 37. So Judge right now is 5th in home runs. That's unheard of for Aaron Judge. Speaking of Aaron Judge, the Yankees, man. The Yankees, I heard they were going to disavow the franchise. They're going to move the team.
They're going to move it
I heard, man.
to Vancouver.
I heard they're thinking Vancouver, Nashville, Portland. There's a debate about Raleigh could get a team. A lot of teams want a team. And the New York Yankees fans, at least if you believe what's going on Twitter, they don't want to watch the Yankees anymore. The Yankees, what was their losing streak? Because it felt like 30 games, the way people were reacting to it.
Yeah, I think it was only 5 games. Yeah, it was only 5 games. Felt like 50.
So they had a 5-game losing streak, but it wasn't really that. It was kind of the way they were losing. The bullpen has been a disaster. Devin Williams,
He had a earned run streak, which you never want as a pitcher. He had 6, or as a relief pitcher, he had 5 straight games where he allowed an earned run. And it wasn't just like one run, it was multiple runs in 3 of those games, I believe. He now has the 8th highest reliever ERA in MLB.
8th high. And they just keep running him out there in big-time situations. And that
Because you're like, no way this dude who was dominant for Milwaukee is this bad. Maybe he's just a fluke and they throw him back out there and he allows the home run.
Yeah, and then people coming to job. But Chamberlain came out, called out the manager. I forgot which game specifically it was, but they put him out there in a close game when it was like, why the fuck are we putting Devin Williams in here? So Devin Williams has given up a run in, I guess his last outing yesterday, he didn't give up a run.
No, that snapped the streak, but he allowed 5 runs in 5 straight games, and is it 3 of these games or 4 of these games he allowed 2 runs? 3 of these games were 2 runs allowed.
He got the loss in both of them. He got lost. So in a 5-game stretch, he had 2 blown saves and 2 losses. So he, kind of cost them the game 4 times in 5 games. Not good. But, the good news is for the Yankees, they did add to the bullpen. I don't know how the other guys have been doing. And what is about Bednar?
Bednar has a 3 ERA in 6 innings. Duvall has a 4.5 ERA in 4 innings. And they sent down Jake Bird. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see that.
one of their big trade deadline acquisitions, a guy to like shore up the bullpen. He got 2 innings, and then the Yankees cut the cord and sent him to the minors.
Yeah, Jake Bird's numbers are very weird. Where Jake Bird was lights out all season for the Rockies in Coors. So you're thinking like, dude, if you have an ERA under 3 in Coors Field, like you got to be one of the best pitchers in the league. But then in the past, I want to say 10 outings, he's got like a 40 ERA. Like his ERA on the season right now is a 5.53. And this was, a trade deadline type guy. And in his last...
So since June 25th, he has an 18.51 ERA.
Yeah, and since July, it's even worse. 21.60 ERA. Tough stretch for the Yankees bullpen.
Before that, he had a 2.06 ERA.
Yeah. So they got to go against the Astros. And the Astros are still hanging on to first place, but speaking of injuries, we weren't even talking about injuries, but they are injured. They are injured, but they got Carlos Correa back. They go to New York, and they beat them 2 out of 3.
I told Joey to move his mic, and now he's being dramatic about it.
No, I was just waiting for Mitchell to give me a fucking nug or something.
So Giancarlo Stanton played outfield for the first time since 2023.
That's interesting. I was curious what that was going to be like.
I didn't think he was actually going to do it.
So Judge can't play the field
Judge can't play the field
for the rest of the year.
For an undisclosed amount of time. So Stanton's been hitting fairly well. So I think the Yankees were like, well, we have to put Stanton in the field. He's hitting really well, actually.
You need Stanton in the lineup.
But do you want to risk him in the field? And he saw 2 balls on Saturday. He caught the one with a 99% catch probability, and he missed the one with a 25% catch probability. Overall, that's not so bad for an outfielder.
Yeah.
They were very quick to sub him out, I think. On Sunday, he didn't even start. He pinch hit and played. But then on Saturday, he only got 3. Oh, yeah, he got 4 bats, I guess. But then he got subbed out for Jason Dominguez.
The Yankees are in a predicament with that because, Giancarlo Stanton, the guy's injured every single year. That's the thing on him. He can't run. They won't even let him run the bases. They make him jog every single time. It's well established. The guy is the most injury-prone guy in the league right now, one of them. And we got Rendon out there in L.A. takes the cake. But Stanton's up there. This guy missed fucking 2 months with tennis elbows.
Yeah, his bat adjustments caused him to tear something in his arm.
The guy can't even handle a torpedo bat. The torpedo bat injured Giancarlo Stanton. So that's what we're dealing with out here. So that his defensive, he's going to be a massive liability on defense. It's like putting Marcell Ozuna out in left field.
I think it's worse than putting Ozuna in left field.
Good chance. But he's still their best hitter on the team other than Judge, probably. Right now he's got a 143 OPS plus, so that would make him the second best hitter on the team. Small sample size, but one of the best hitters in the league. The guy does still hit insanely fucking hard baseballs. He hit one last week that was maybe 15 feet off the ground to center field.
It was a dead center blast, and it was like a 16, 70-degree launch angle.
Stan smokes him, dude. I think Stan is probably one of the most underrated players in the league. What is he? He's like 10th all time in home runs or something crazy that you wouldn't even fucking think about it. How many home runs does Giancarlo Stanton have?
He has 439 career homers in 16 seasons.
That will put him up there on the leaderboards. Either way, now they're forced to play him in left because Judge comes back off the elbow scare where he can't throw, he can't hit. Well, he can't hit, but he can't throw. How's Judge been since he's gotten back?
He has 3 hits and 15 at-bats.
Yeah, it just feels like to me, and I remember some reports when he got injured, everyone thought it was Tommy John, and then I remember hearing some doctor on Twitter, who knows how much this guy knows, saying that it was actually worse than Tommy John. That this injury was actually going to be harder for him as a hitter, and that it was actually going to be worse for him. The Yankees then go on this massive losing streak downstretch where everybody, not only is it a losing streak, but it's in New York. Everyone's freaking out. Manager needs to be fired. Volpe catch a ground ball. People are freaking out. Bullpen's falling apart. What the fuck are we doing? Everyone in New York's going crazy. They're like barely in a wild card spot right now, aren't they?
Yesterday was 0.5 games. I
Yeah.
think Cleveland did lose, though.
Okay, so they are, I guess, up a game or a game and a half. Did BR update yet?
They are still a half game.
So they're-
Because the Yankees lost yesterday, too.
Okay, so yes, the Yankees are a half game. They're the last wild card spot, up a half game on the Guardians, man. Think about that. The Guardians traded at the deadline. Their fucking best closer, the only guy who got paid other than J-Ram, he's banned from baseball, probably, allegedly. And they are a half game back of the New York Yankees. But the point I'm making is that, like, you know that Judge is probably rushing back to play right now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
they need Judge more than anybody. There might not be a team in baseball who relies on a player more than the Yankees. Maybe not this year, because the offense has been good as a whole this year, better than past seasons. But I think as the captain of the team, it just feels like he's rushing himself back. And I wouldn't be surprised if his next month is going to be very mediocre.
Yeah.
Or at least not Judge standards.
For most players going 3 for 15, that's not terrible. It's a small sample size, no extra base hits in that span. But for Judge, you kind of expect an extra base hit from him at least once every other game.
Yeah. So I'm a little worried about Judge. I'm not that worried about the Yankees, though, man. I think the Yankees are going to figure it out. I mean, a half game up in the wild card right now. I just feel like the reaction to this losing streak has been way out of proportion, which is to be expected when anytime the Yankees struggle. This happens every year at one point. It's time to fire Boone for the 50th time.
They're missing Joe Girardi. On Yankees Reddit, there's a bunch of posts like back when we had accountability as a manager, and they're just like showing Joe Girardi going, "Yeah, we lost because I made a stupid mistake."
Boone would never. Piece of shit. The Astros, on the other hand, they win 2 out of 3. They needed that. Did you see Carlos Correa do the "Don't Tear My Shirt Off" celebration?
I did.
Do you think that's what he was actually doing?
No.
Interesting. Well, these teams do have a history. Yankees, Astros, they do not get along. We got another cheater back on the Astros, Carlos Correa. So the Astros added a cheater. Now we only have how many cheaters left on the Astros? Do you count Altuve? Two? 1.5 cheaters, because Mr. Altuve has been vindicated. But the Astros win 2 out of 3. Luis Garcia's coming back. That's big for him.
Yeah, he's just finished his 6th rehab start. He threw 60 pitches, so I think he probably has, 1 or 2 more starts. He's pitched very well in his rehab. I'm not sure if I have his full line, but his most recent one, he struck out 7 batters in 59 pitches.
Respect. You got any updates on this injured list? I know it's pretty brolic still.
The one I was looking at was Garcia, but at one point, didn't they have 15?
18
guys on the IL. No, the only one I was really interested in was Garcia, because he's been doing this rehab assignment for a month now. And MLB allows players to extend their rehab assignments if they're coming off a UCL injury. But Garcia was one of the best pitchers in baseball for his first, 2 years?
He's been pitching for a month?
Yeah, just slowly ramping back up.
Interesting. I'm very curious of what's going on with Yordan, man. This guy's been out forever with that hand.
Yeah, no timetable for return. It's like he's been shut back down.
That's-
It was supposed to be like a month? Then he started hitting again, and then they shut him back down.
Dude. He's having home run withdrawals. Yeah, they've done it all without Yordan. Well, Astros got some reason to be a little concerned too. Won 2 out of 3 against the Yankees. You feel good about that, but only a half game up of Jack's Mariners now. I'd be a little
man of many teams.
I'd be a little nervous.
I had to get some Mariners merch.
I'm telling you, man. Get your Ichiro. To see Ichiro gave the team a speech in the dugout this weekend. It's pretty inspiring. You know Ichiro?
Yeah, of course.
He's pretty good. Hall of Famer.
Probably the second most famous Filipino athlete.
Yes. Behind Mitchell.
Did you see Ichiro threw the first pitch.
Dude, if Ichiro heard you say that he's Filipino, he would fucking freak out.
Wait, he's not Filipino?
No.
Oh, I'm not being funny. He's Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I thought.
Ichiro Suzuki is Japanese, man. Who would have thought? You're from Japan.
I don't know why I'm.
Does that sound like a Filipino name? Ichiro Ichiro Suzuki. It's the most
To be
Japanese
fair,
name ever.
Filipinos they name kids whatever.
Okay, respect. I didn't know that.
I feel bad because like he is a legend. The fact that I knew who he was before doing this podcast is actually like a miracle. Really shows what kind of star he is. And
Yeah,
I meant no disrespect at all. I'm just an idiot.
He's a massive star. There's only one Filipino in Major League Baseball, and that is Tommy Pham. But
Tommy Pham is a quarter Vietnamese.
Oh,
There are a bunch of half Filipinos in Major League Baseball right now, like Volpe and Darno.
respect.
Yeah, you son of a bitch.
Well, they just name their fucking kids anything, so how am I supposed to know? They name them whatever the fuck. All right, Red Sox, Padres. Any Filipinos in the Red Sox and the Padres? Can we check?
Not that I know of.
All right, good. Because every time the Filipinos come up, I get in trouble. Because I just don't know the names. Anyway, so the Padres play the Red Sox.
Red Sox came into the series red hot. They had a 10-game winning streak. Is it a 10-game winning streak at the deadline?
Well, they had a 10-game win streak going into the break. Then they got out of the break. And then
They were
they
cold.
didn't do anything at the break. And then, no, at the deadline. Then after the deadline, they went on a 7-game win streak. So we had a 10-game win streak. And then right after that, they had a 7-game win streak. So all that's to
Gotcha.
say is that the Red Sox trending upwards. Second best record in baseball since July 1st.
They had won their previous 4 series, so they started off kind of slow in the second half. Lost the first 2 series, but the 4 series following that, they'd won. They faced the Padres, who have also been pretty good lately.
Very good for the Padres. Padres coming in this series, 2 games back of the Dodgers.
Next weekend is this weekend.
Yeah. They have 2 series coming up against each other pretty much back to back. But this weekend, it's going to be...
I'm very excited for this
Me
series.
too. I hope Ohtani pitches in that. Ohtani's facing his former team this...
So he wouldn't be pitching.
fucking shit. That's all right.
Why wouldn't he be a pitcher?
So he pitches on Wednesday against the Angels. Dave Roberts was like, do you think Shohei is going to be sentimental about pitching in Anaheim again? Dave Roberts goes, nah, probably not.
I feel like Ohtani definitely wants to pitch against the Angels and shut them down. I think he wants to strike out Mike Trout.
I bet when they were building out the rotation for this week, Dave Roberts was like, when do you want to pitch Shohei? And he's like, against the Angels. Just anywhere against the Angels. Because I think one of his MLB or like highlights of his career is striking out Trout. Not just to win the World Baseball Classic, but that it was Trout. I think it was
oh, yeah, it's number
like a
one.
top.
No, it's got to be, well, maybe not number 1 for Ohtani, but that's probably number 1 for Ohtani.
I think it might be number 1 for
Yeah.
Ohtani.
What happened to Padres Red Sox?
Who cares?
The Padres won this
The
series.
most interesting thing about the Padres versus Red Sox is Shohei Ohtani.
Shohei Ohtani. Well, we're getting excited for the Padres-Dodgers series. That's the best series of baseball by far for the past 3-4 seasons. Is every time they play each other, they're fighting, they're beefing, and now this division all of a sudden is close. No one says one word about this division because everyone always thinks, oh, Dodgers are going to figure it out. Dodgers are going to win it. Now they're only 2 games up right now.
And the Padres fixed a lot of their holes that they had.
And the Padres
deadline.
added. The Dodgers
Everyone.
didn't do jack shit at the deadline.
So they had the worst catching core in baseball at the deadline, basically. The only other teams that were worse than them at hitting are like the bottom feeders, like the Nationals. Freddie Fermin has come in, and he's hitting like 350 in his first 7 games. Ramon Laureano is now playing left field for the Padres. The Padres, including him in left field, have the 26th ranked left field offense in baseball. But Laureano has a 122 OPS with the Padres.
Laureano's underrated. That guy's been fucking amazing ever since he came to the Braves last year.
The Braves fixed him. He's been a top 10 hitter in baseball, I think, by WRC Plus if you change the qualifications for plate appearances to like fit him in, because he's not a qualified hitter. And then the Padres bullpen is just insane. I was looking at some of their stats this morning, and basically, if you are facing them with a lead, you face guys with like their closer has the worst ERA, and then you have guys like Jason Adam with a 1.73 ERA, Adrian Morenohon. I'm gonna get
Mordion.
crucified.
Mordion.
With a 2 ERA, Jeremiah Estrada has a 2.52 ERA, Wandy Peralta has a 3.15 ERA. All of these guys, David Morgan has a 1.71 ERA
Oh, damn.
in 31 innings.
Wasn't familiar with your game, David.
So their entire bullpen is just stacked. And then they fixed the big holes that they had in their offense at catcher and left field. And DH really with Ryan O'Hearn.
They could have had the deadline of the deadline. Them and the Mariners so far, I would say the two that have worked out the best. I don't know the Padres' record since the deadline. I'm sure it's pretty good. They just took 2 out of 3 against the Red Sox. Hey, but Walker Buehler had a good start. 6 scoreless innings for Walker Buehler. We got to show some love to Walker Buehler.
So the Red Sox won game 1. So it was like looking like the Red Sox would keep going strong. But then the Padres pulled out wins in the last 2 games to win the series.
They won on a magical walk-off. But did you see that Mr. Suarez was tipping his pitches?
I did see that. The Red Sox are very good at figuring out what pitchers' tells were.
Is this becoming an epidemic?
I don't know
I
if
guess
it's an epidemic if it's just them.
But technology has gotten so good. Would you see the video where they had the iPad in the dugout of the guys wind up or whatever? They're looking at his hands or something. Like, you know, they have so much camera footage and videos. Like, there's probably AI where you put these videos in and they can just snap the difference like that.
Yeah, so right here, Jack, they have the iPad and they have, I don't know which hitter this was. It looks like Abreu. And their coach is just showing them, this is what Robert Suarez sets like when it's his fastball. And this is what he sets like with his changeup. And the batter gets it. And they ended up tying the game, blowing the save. It's crazy how good the Red Sox are at figuring these things out.
Cheaters. Alex Cora. He's been known to cheat.
That's how sports change, though. Takes one team to kind of, you know. I mean, that's kind of what we thought the torpedo bats were going to be, too, though. And it doesn't seem to be the case. So who
Yeah,
knows?
the Red Sox are the one team that figured out tip pitching. You sound like an idiot.
Yeah, I feel like you were kind of just saying that.
Well, Mitchell might be saying that, but he's an idiot too. Then
I just mean, like, okay, like, did you see the preseason NFL game where the guy kicked a 70-yard field goal?
no.
I did see that. I think it was 60s.
No, 70.
It was 70?
70-yarder.
70 is fucking insane.
Yeah.
The record was like 56, but I'm saying you do it once. I just mean if a team really gets like really proficient at doing something, then everyone follows suit. Then all of a sudden, it becomes like it's not cheating; it's just part of the game. I don't know.
Yeah. They've been doing this for years, for fucking forever, though. I just think that now with all the cameras and the footage and probably the people whose entire job is to look for tip pitching, it just seems like it's coming up more now than ever before.
Do you think the Red Sox just have one dude who's just analyzing
I think
pitchers?
Yeah, and I think most teams have that. Like, I don't think it's just the Red Sox. I think that every organization, if they're smart enough, I'm sure there's some that don't, because they're
The Rockies.
I know the Rockies don't, but they have video guys or analysts or scout coaches whose job is to look at every pitcher and see if they can get something. And I'm sure with the cameras and I remember on Baseball is Dead, Johnny Gomes came on our pod and was talking about this shit that they have where they're tracking players' movements. And it's not just like looking at cameras and comparing two videos. It's like you're literally tracking their biometrics, and that the computer is like flagging certain discrepancies based on the pitches. And then once you can do that to everyone, it's pretty crazy.
Well, that's when it'll start changing pitching.
Shit. And I'm sure they're there. Yeah, I don't know why they can't do that.
So wait, Johnny Gomes was saying that they were doing that when he was still playing?
No, I think it was since then.
Okay.
Okay. So Padres do it. So they went in the series. They're down 2 against the Dodgers. They win 2 out of 3. And then the Dodgers played the Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays.
The Blue Jays. And the Blue Jays. Tough fucking team. The Toronto Blue Jays, in the second half, their best record in baseball, best offense in baseball by WRC+. The Blue Jays keep hitting. Pitching hasn't been as great, but The Blue Jays have stayed on that pace. You got any stats on my Blue Jays?
Just that their offense, I feel like, is underrated. I don't think I think enough about Vladdy Jr. In my head, he's like a good hitter, but this season he's been a great hitter. Since August 6th, he's the 8th best hitter in baseball, but he also has the highest, for the season, the highest WRC plus by a first baseman, which when I think of like the top first baseman hitting, I feel like I've underrated Vladdy.
I
don't know
agree.
about you.
I agree. I feel like Vladdy, because he had that one season when he was like 22 or 21 where he would like, it was in 2021 where he went second in MVP behind Ohtani, and he's never gotten back to that level where he hit like 45 home runs. But so to us, he always seems like he kind of fell off from that.
Like he's not at his potential.
Yeah, but he's always been a top 10 hitter at least the past 2 years. Last year wasn't a great season that no one talks about.
And this season too, I feel like a great season no one talks about. The whole offense, Blue Jays wise though, is pretty incredible since probably the end of May, right? Bo Bichette has also kind of fixed himself. He's a free agent at the end of the year, and I think at the first month and a half of the season, he didn't have a homer.
Boba shit.
He's at 16 homers now. He has a 121 OPS plus.
You like that one, Jack? Bo Bichette?
Yeah, it sounds like a Star Wars bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm. Who is the Star Wars guy who's like that?
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Respect.
I've never actually realized how similar their names sound.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for that from that outside opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm like, has anyone ever like had a Star Wars night for Boba Bichette where it's a Boba Fett bobblehead?
Yeah, look that up.
May the 4th, Boba Fett bobblehead.
Boba shit.
That seems like a obvious marketing thing for the Blue Jays, but they haven't done it.
But the comparison's definitely being made.
Yeah. But I'm surprised he doesn't have a Boba Fett
He needs merch.
bobblehead.
We'll make some merch.
He needs a hitting.
We're putting it in the merch store. We don't have.
He's batting .298 this year. He could be one of the few 300 hitters in MLB. Bo Bichette. Golly. Going into his free agent season too, Mitchell.
Yeah, I think his start to the season, we kind of wrote him off. But he's been one of the best hitting shortstops in the game for the entire season. Not just like since an arbitrary date.
Hey, I'm back on Bo Bichette. Blue Jays have 5 of the top 20 hitters by average this season. They get on base, and they say batting average is dead. Did you see that stat that was going around with all the boomers?
Yeah,
On Twitter, the top 5 teams in baseball are the top 5 teams in average.
I did see that.
So, hey. So the top 5 teams, Toronto Blue Jays are number 1 in average. They lead their division. The Astros are number 2 in average. They lead their division. The Milwaukee Brewers, they're 3rd in average. They lead their division, have the best record in baseball. The Dodgers have 4th. They lead their division. And the Phillies are in 5th, and they lead their division. So, yeah, batting average is back.
George Springer, the Blue Jays have 5 qualified hitters this year, which means they have 3.1 plate appearances per the number of team games that they've played. George Springer is their worst qualified hitter by WAR. He has a 2.5 WAR. He has a 148 WRC plus.
Damn, but what's his batting average?
His batting average is 291. All of these guys, all of their qualified batters this year have a batting average better than 289.
Okay, what about Mookie Betts? What's his batting average?
His batting average is like what, 230? 240.
Mookie Betts got a standing ovation this weekend. Or was that before this weekend?
That was before the weekend.
And he went 0 for 4. It didn't work. Next time he comes to the plate, boo him. That will fix him.
But it might have actually worked because the games after that standing ovation, he has a 3-hit game. He got a double, a 2-hit game that had a homer, another hit, and another 2-hit game. So since the game after he got a standing ovation, it's like it took a full game to really sink in.
Mm-hmm.
To kick in.
Yeah. He's actually been pretty decent.
Good job, Mookie Betts. Yeah, but Mookie Betts, once he gets hot, it's over for you guys. It's over for the Padres. Last 5 games, After he went 0 for 22 going in to not this series, but he was on an 0 for 22 streak before the ovation, including that game. And since then, 6 for 22. That's a 409 batting average and a 1,095 OPS. Respect the Mookie Bet. And Shohei Ohtani, too. He hit, how many home runs did he hit again?
I think this series hit 2, right?
This year?
This year, for the entire year, 2 home runs.
This series. Oh, how
Yeah,
about
2. He hit homers Sunday and Saturday.
respect the fuck out of that. Another great outing, too, on the mound. He went 4 innings. We didn't talk about that last podcast.
No, we didn't.
He went 4 innings, so he's got some length out of him, huh? 4 innings, gave up 1 run. His ERA right now is a what?
His ERA is 2.37.
So he's just going to be walking into another MVP. Easy peasy lemon squeeze.
Did you see that video of Shohei going viral of him striking somebody out, and then it's like sped up, and he walks off,
Yep.
puts on the glove, puts on the elbow pad, goes up, hits a fucking dinger.
Yeah, in like 30 seconds. That's an amazing video, bro. It wasn't a dinger, but it was a single right field. We need a clip of that, him striking someone out and then hitting a dinger first pitch. And like you just can understand the greatness. Because that's a fucking video you don't see, that angle where you like, usually it goes to commercial, but you just see this guy strike out. Doesn't even go in the dugout. They get all his gear for him right outside the dugout, puts it on. 30 seconds later, he's at the plate. Boom, single.
Forgive me for not knowing. How normal is it for the pitcher to be first at bat?
Never! Pitchers don't hit. He's the only guy who hits. The only pitcher who hits.
Even when pitchers did hit, they batted 9th. Occasionally, you'd have a weird manager who would bat their pitcher 8th. And very, very rarely, they'd have a guy like Dontrell Willis hit 7th in his career a couple of times. And that's about as high as a pitcher would hit in the order.
That's what I would expect. So why Shohei? Just leadership?
No, because Shohei is one of the greatest hitters in baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, I guess, yeah, so you want to make sure he gets up. But,
Yeah, that's the logic with the order. You know, you want to.
but he could be second or third.
He could be, but the Dodgers have a bunch of good hitters too. So Ohtani gets on base and he hits a lot of homers. So the Dodgers go, hey, he gets on base, we'll put him first.
But a lot of people are in your camp too, Jack. So you're onto something here. A lot of people think Shohei batting leadoff is a dumb decision. You know,
Doesn't seem to be hurting him.
doesn't seem to be hurting them. But listen, you know, that guy's got a lot of pop. He could hit some more RBIs if you put him later in the lineup. However, he's fast as fuck. You know that, right? So they like a leadoff batter being fast as fuck because he can steal, he can score on a single. He's fast as fuck. However, this year, he's not really stealing like that anymore because he's back on the pitching mound. So they took him out of leadoff spot, didn't they?
Yeah, they were trying to get Mookie to hit more. And they were like, if he's hitting leadoff, then maybe he doesn't feel as much pressure. And then Mookie didn't hit. So they're like, oh, back down the lineup he goes.
That's so funny, Jack. How often does the pitcher bat leadoff?
You're acting like pitchers have never bat before.
They never bat a leadoff.
Pretty much
That was the
ever.
question, though.
I know.
So it's not that crazy of a question.
Well, it's just like a funny, ignorant question.
Did I know that no other pitcher is hitting? No, I didn't know that.
Now you know.
I mean, I learn every day.
What else can you do? If you're not learning, you're dying.
I'm a little baseball sponge.
Respect.
I mean, compare how I talk about the game this episode to episode 1. I mean, come on, dude.
Yep. We're going to have to give you some more tests coming up, though, lately. We don't want you getting, we got to keep you sharp.
All right.
Well, it was the unk off this weekend, too. Kershaw versus Scherzer. Did you catch that?
I saw it. This is a famous matchup because when they first matched up in 2008, it was a start that Randy Johnson and Greg Maddux were supposed to make. So 2 of the greatest pitchers from the 90s were supposed to be pitching in this 2008 game, and both of them got scratched. And Scherzer and Kershaw were rookies that year. And since then, they've made 5 outings.
It's full circle. Now they replaced the unks back in 2008. Now, how many years ago was that?
17 years?
17 years later, they are the unks, and they are facing against each other again. The Dodgers win it. How did they do individually? Kershaw outpitched them?
Kershaw went 7 innings, allowed 1 run. Scherzer went 6 innings, allowed 2 runs. After the game, they got a picture together, and I didn't realize Scherzer was capable of smiling after a loss. Like, that dude is so intense on his game days that I just assumed that he didn't even pitch poorly, right? But I just assumed that he'd be angry and bitter, but he's very happy with this Kershaw. Like, I've never seen Scherzer smile this much in my life.
Dude, look,
He's such a lunatic looking guy, dude.
It's the eyes.
I know.
Kershaw has a 3.14 ERA this year. This is crazy. Kershaw is just pitching for that fucking playoff spot. It's going to be interesting what they do with that because they're going to have a lot of starters in the playoffs. Blake Snell just came back. How's Blake Snell doing? How many starts has he had?
This was his second start since coming back. He had a very good start the following day after the Kershaw start. His first start, he allowed 5 runs to the Rays, but he had a 10 strikeout game in game 2. But back to Kershaw real quick. In his first start, he allowed 5 runs. Since then, he has a 2.66 ERA and over 60 innings. This ERA is better than Zach Wheeler in that span.
That's crazy. It's going to be interesting because you look at it like Kershaw, if you know how lights out he's been, and since his first start, he's got a 2.66 ERA. Let's say like he keeps that pace into the playoffs. And then they have to pick between him, Yamamoto, Glasnow, Roki Sasaki is going to be healthy probably by then. He's pitching, right? Isn't he pitching against hitters? And he's gearing up to come back. Shohei Ohtani will be a starter. Am I missing anybody else? Blake Snell will be a starter. It's just like you don't really feel like you have room for Kershaw, at least as a starter.
But at the same time, he's pitching like their second best starter.
I know.
And their first best starter is Yamamoto, who's like a Cy Young caliber pitcher.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
1, 2, 3.
Yamamoto Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Have you been watching The Koshin? The Koshin is heating up. If you guys are not watching The Koshin, please watch The Koshin. I've been watching some Koshin late night. Electric games, dude. These kids, disciplined as fuck, bald heads. One team has blue jerseys this year. Little controversial.
Full blue jersey.
They got a team in The Koshin with blue jerseys, Mitchell. The samurai culture does not like that, I think.
Usually, Jack, the Koshin teams, they have these very classic-looking uniforms.
They're either white or gray. They all look the same.
They all look like they should be from like 1950.
Yep.
I don't even know what we're talking about.
Koshin is a high school baseball tournament in Japan. It's one of the biggest sporting events in Japan. They fucking sell that shit out. Millions of people watch it, and it's the most electric shit you'll ever watch, dude. They sold out. All the band is going the whole time. The cheerleading section. It is a beautiful thing to watch. And one team just had to drop out for bullying, which is unfortunate, but that happens every year, dude. One kid gets in trouble for hazing. Fortunately, they had to drop out in the second round, so they will not be moving forward. So that's Koshin Corner, the Koshin Corner for you. We got a team of blue jerseys. We got a bullying controversy. And we'll get more to that next episode.
Wow, this is I finally found the jerseys. Very
Sick. Though.
Sick.
Very different from what the Koshin uniforms normally look like.
Well, it was controversial last year because the team who won it had long hair. They were allowed to have non-buzz cuts. That was the first time a team without buzz cuts won the Koshin.
Yeah, usually, Jack, when these Koshin teams lose, they already have the buzz cuts, but you'll just find like endless clips of like these high schoolers head shaved, all crying after their losses.
Yeah, I watched a couple people. I watched the whole team cry the other day, and I really almost cried myself because they worked really hard to get to that point, but they accomplished a lot just getting there.
I don't know if you did, but did you mention how many teams are in this? Jack?
Starts with like 14,000 or something. It's like a single elimination high school baseball tournament where like every high school in the country is involved with. So it starts with, I want to say 1,400 or 14,000. Thousands of teams.
1,400. It can't be 14,000.
14. I think it's 140,000. It changes every year, but I want to say it's a few thousand teams. Maybe 4,000?
the only number I'm getting is the 2-week final part is 49 teams. But they have to qualify to get to this final. And that the final of all of those qualifying teams and games is 49 teams.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto
They can't do it.
Yoshinobu.
They can't do it. They can't win.
Hold on.
Jack.
Remix.
Producer over here.
Oh man, I just spazzed out on the sound.
Also, Jack, like the players in this tournament, they'll like give their arm for it. They'll have guys who go out and pitch like 300 pitches in one start, and then they'll start like the next day, 2 days later, and they'll be like national celebrities.
National heroes.
It's because they have honor.
I mean, all those guys we just named, Yamamoto. I don't remember seeing Yamamoto in the Koshin. I'm sure he was, but Roki Sasaki got fucking famous as fuck in the Koshin. Otani's team, Otani got famous in the Koshin. All these guys were big stars in the Koshin, high school celebrities in Japan before we ever heard of them years before. Otani's team's in the Koshin right now. His team is a fucking powerhouse. And the dad of that team, I don't know, we're going way too deep into the Koshin right now. What was that guy since the guy who plays for Stanford, the Japanese kid who was like the first kid to leave Japan to play college? Rentaro. He had like 200 high school home runs, and now he's playing for Stanford. And his dad is the coach of that team in high school, the same coach who coached Otani and Yusei Kikuchi.
Whoa, baby Shohei.
Baby Shohei.
He threw 100.
Yeah, he was cute back then. He's cute now.
It's pretty big too.
Yep. So, just to recap the Dodgers series, they won 2 out of 3. They stayed 2 games up against the Padres, and now we're waiting for this weekend. That is the series to watch. Hopefully, we don't get a scenario where like the Dodgers just sweep their series and the Padres get swept and they're down. Now it's a 5-run.
So the Padres are playing the Giants next in San Francisco, and the Dodgers are playing the Angels. Both of those teams, the Dodgers and the Giants and the Angels, are not great, but I don't know. I could see San Francisco doing something against the Padres.
The Angels swept the Dodgers earlier this year. Let's not forget. But moving on to the Angels, they just played the Tigers, man, and the Tigers really needed a win. The Tigers are kind of in danger of giving up the division lead, or at least making the division a little closer right now. The Guardians are only 6 games back.
Yeah, after a loss, they were
5?
only 5 games.
Yeah, they were 5 games before yesterday because the Guardians got to play the White Sox, which was a nice little treat for them. And the Tigers got to play the Angels, which was also, pretty good for them. And what went down?
So game 1, Tarek Skubal pitched, and he gave up 4 runs. So the Tigers are down in the 8th inning, 5-3. And Matt Vierling, the one dude with playoff experience going into last year, he hadn't hit a homer all year. He hits a go-ahead 3-run homer to save that game, and the Tigers win. Game 2, Charlie Morton, 6 runs allowed, 10
Ks. 10
That's all that we care
That's
about.
the most Charlie Morton fucking start of all time. Just nasty. No one can touch him. Gives up 6 runs.
So
Because he hit 5 batters on the toe, and then 2 guys hit fucking 450-foot home runs against him, but everybody else struck out.
if I'm ever facing him and I've got like a ton of roster flexibility, I'm calling
You
up
won't
every
be facing it.
single lefty.
Don't worry about it, Mitch. It won't happen.
I can hit
Gone.
left-handed.
It's off the table.
If anyone wants me on their team, I can hit left-handed. I'll take a back foot curveball. I can get on base.
No, the thinking is sound there. If you're a left-handed hitter in the box, Charlie Morton will hit you on the toe with the curveball because it spins too much.
Way too much.
Uncontrollable.
He has, what is it, like the 5th most hit batters in baseball, and everyone above him is guys who pitched in the 1800s where they pitched
What's up,
like
Mumford?
700 innings a year.
Yeah, he's right here. You want to bring him into the major leagues?
White Sox?
I'll tell
Rockies.
him.
How'd you get fucking drafted?
Joey, you're replacing Blooper.
Oh, buddy. No one could fill those shoes, man.
That could be a video.
Mascot for a day.
Mascot for a day.
Oh, that'd be awesome. We need our own mascot.
Hey,
Just gonna have a mascot back here.
if you guys want to be a mascot for the podcast, go in the comments and tell me what you got. Give me your accolades.
I think we go kind of Metsy, except not a baseball. We just go with a bat, so it's just a person like this.
Big bat, 2 big bats. Because the Mets have a girl and a boy. They have a thick ass girl mascot too.
You think I don't know about Mrs. Met? Brother, that's why I started doing this podcast.
All right, we need a boy bat and a girl bat. And we need to do a marriage. And then the Tigers won game 3. So they win 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
2 out of 3 against the Angels. And then the Guardians won 2 out of 3 against the White Sox. So they stayed about still 6 games. 6 games back, man. The Guardians have been hot too. The Guardians, not to be trifled with. They are, like I said earlier, only a half game back of a playoff spot, which surprises everybody else because the Guardians sold at the deadline, lost their pitcher to gambling, went on that 10-game losing streak, have no notable players besides Jose Ramirez and then Stephen Kwan. You add him in there. Everyone else there is an NPC. No offense. I know you guys are probably good guys, good family men, good sons, good fathers, all that shit. No one knows who the fuck you are, Kyle Manzardo. Hate to break it to you, dude. I know you're having a good season. 120 OPS plus, 808 OPS. His slugging percentage is 485. Come on, Kyle Manzardo. This is one of the best DHs in the league, Mitchell. No one's ever heard of him.
Honestly, I knew he was having a good season. I didn't realize he was their DH.
Mm-hmm.
If you asked me what position he'd play, I'd be like left field.
Me neither. I mean, he's listed at DH as Baseball Reference. I'm sure he plays some positions too.
They also have Carlos Santana still. Who's
I know.
And is this his 4th stint with the Guardians
I don't
or
know.
Cleveland?
He's 39. He's not hitting well, unfortunately.
I feel like the dudes who do have name recognition, like Austin Hedges and Carlos Santana, are not that great.
Yeah, Austin Hedges' name recognition is a little bit of a stretch. The only thing I know about him is that I know a lot about him. Obviously, I'm an expert, but I think he's most known for is saying that Clase was the best pitcher of all time in that interview with Chris Rose, which was a hot take that didn't end up panning out. Also, he's a very defensive-centric player. When he hit a home run in the playoffs, people freaked out. Yeah, he's got a 27 OPS plus, Austin Hedges. Hey, didn't mean to make this about you, but supposed to be positive about the Guardians. The Guardians are playing great, man.
Since Clase got put on leave, he's not officially suspended. They're 9-3.
9-3. They don't need Clase. Since July 7th, I'm going to look at it. Best record since July 7th. This is after their 10-game losing streak. And I've said it like 4 times in this podcast, but I'll say it again. That 10-game losing streak for the Guardians is just like the most annoying thing ever if you're a Guardians fan. Because you erase that. This is probably, I mean, a couple games back of the Tigers. If they go 5-5 in that stretch, I mean, do the math. I guess there's not an equal math there, but, they'd be probably 3 games back. Now they're 6 games back, which is doable, but not likely. They're the second best record in baseball since July 7th, and that was the game after the 10-game losing streak. So since then, they've been the best team in baseball other than the Brewers. It's not over yet for the Guardians. I said it last time. I would not be surprised if the Guardians made the playoffs. Because this is the team that's used to doing it. They don't need star power to be a good playoff team. I know the fans freak out because they trade Naylor and they flip people and they act like they're broke and shit. But they win. And a win's a win.
Who are you taking out of the wild card of the 3 teams currently in it?
3 key.
So right now, Mariners, Red Sox, and Yankees have the 3 wild card spots.
So the Mariners are in. I'm giving it to the Mariners. I think the Yankees win it. I think the Red Sox fall off. And I think that the Texas Rangers get it. I take the Mariners, the Yankees, and the Rangers. I think the Red Sox are due for a cold streak coming up soon. I think that Red Sox have played better than what they actually are.
So you say the Rangers get in.
I think the Rangers get in.
You think the Mariners get in.
I know the Mariners get in.
The Yankees and the Guardians. So the Astros don't make the playoffs?
No, I don't think the Guardians.
You don't think?
No. I think... Oh, that's a good question. I mean, the Mariners might win the division. Then you don't know what's going on with the Astros. I think the Astros and the Mariners make the playoffs. So I think the Guardians, right now, I'd say the Guardians are out. Today, I don't think the Guardians make the playoffs. And I don't think the Red Sox make the playoffs. So my 3 wildcard teams are the Mariners or the Astros. I think that's a toss-up. Whoever wins the division, the other team's going to win the wild card. Yankees make it, and the Rangers make it. And that's your prediction of the pod. Pretty good prediction, right? You disagree?
Did we start this by saying the Guardians were making the playoffs?
Jinx.
Or am I?
I said the Guardians had a shot. I never said fully. I made the brave prediction like a couple weeks ago that the Guardians were going to make a run and they could win that division still when they were like 8 games back, which was genius because now they're only 6 games back. And they play a lot better baseball. But also, if we're being honest, like the Guardians' schedule on this run since July 7th, they've been the second best team in baseball. They've been playing the White Sox twice. They played the Orioles. They played the Athletics. Then they played the Royals. Then they played the Rockies. Then they played the Twins. Then they played the Mets. And then they played the White Sox again. So really just the Mets was the only real test they had during that stretch. And the Astros to start it off when they swept the Astros back in the dizzy to get rid of that losing streak. So, but that is a long stretch of games, a month of games where you played the White Sox twice, the Athletics, the Red Sox, not the Red Sox, the Orioles, and a shitty Twins team.
This next
You can't pick who you play, Mitch, but I'm
6-game stretch for the Guardians is very critical, I think. They play the Marlins, who just lost 4 out of 5 to the Braves, who are one of the worst teams by record.
What happened, Marlins fans?
And then they play the Braves. And then they play the Diamondbacks. So a 9-game stretch where you're playing 3 teams that are pretty mid to bad. And then they play the Rangers, the Rays, the Mariners to end the month.
Yeah. So, I mean, the schedule's still not too hard for them. Harder than it was the past month, but they did what they had to do during that stretch where they had a cakewalk. And we'll see what the Tigers are going to do on their end. I mean, the Tigers, all they got to do is play around 500. I think they probably got it.
Which they weren't doing for a while.
Yeah. We'll see. Speaking of really exciting series, the Royals versus the Twins. Is there anything notable that happened?
Not really.
There's a wellness check I'm reading.
So this was very beginning of the week. There was a report that the Braves and the Mets were really trying to convince Byron Buxton to waive his no-trade clause, and he didn't. But as the Twins were trading everyone, the club president had a meeting with Buxton to, one, reassure him that he wasn't trying to trade Buxton and that any of the noise coming from his agent was other teams heat checking whether or not Buxton would be willing to waive that no-trade clause. But at the same time, the club president was like, I use this as a wellness check because we traded 8 guys, and I wanted to know how he was doing.
He's like, no, I'm well.
I want to be in Minnesota.
It's like, are you sure you're not injured? Because you're always injured.
But yeah.
You have to have a meeting with Byron Buxton every 2 weeks to make sure he's not injured. Just double checking. Because it's been 2 weeks so you haven't got injured. Let me just do a wellness check on you real quick.
They pencil him down for like 100 days on the IL, and we've already surpassed that. And he's like, "You're too healthy."
Yeah, Byron Buxton's the only player in MLB with PTO. He's got about 15 days a season where he gets a free IL stint. So did the Royals win the series at least? I mean, the Royals theoretically still got a shot.
They did not win the series.
They lost. You can't. This is what pisses me off with the Royals, man.
So Seth Lugo had a bad start. He allowed 7 runs. The Royals won game 2, but then they got walked off by Luke Keeschel, who is a rookie. He's played 12 MLB games. He made his debut in April, then missed like 90 days with a fractured forearm. But he's hitting .415 with a .707 slugging in his first 12 MLB games. But he walked the Royals off.
Yeah, if you're the Royals and you want to convince me that you have a shot at the playoffs, I know they didn't sell. You can't play a team like the Minnesota Twins who sold every single player they had.
They were calling you up, being like, hey, pitching, shortstop, what do you play?
And I had to deny it because I had Maestro's game this weekend. They wanted me to get me over there in Kansas City. I said, no, I got a doubleheader. And guess what?
How'd you play?
2-0. We swept the doubleheader last night. Pretty fucking beast.
How did you play?
Great. I had some I had RBIs. I had some. I want to say I probably went for like 3 for 6. Had a sack fly, so maybe 3 for 5. I think 3 for 5 last night. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Still putting you out at shortstop with the bum shoulder?
Yep, and it's tough, but made the plays I had to. Fighting through it. That knife's calling my name, Mitch.
But you're waiting until after the season, right?
Of course, yes. Anyone has a knife at home and knows how to do shoulder surgery, hit me up. I need that shit. A's Orioles, another barn burner. Anything of note for this series?
So Shea Langoliers has been one of the best hitters
Bangaliers
in the second half. He already has 11 homers since the All-Star break.
Don't make me name off all the young fucking Athletics players who have had amazing seasons and no one gives a fuck because it's the Athletics, but I will do it.
I want to know.
If Shea Bangaliers, what you're telling me is that he got hot right now, I'm checking the numbers. I can confirm Shea Bangaliers got hot. He's got an 856 OPS on the year, batting 270, a 132 OPS plus. That's got to be one of the best offensive catchers in the league this season. Where does he rank?
Let's see. He's definitely behind Will Smith and Cal Raleigh.
But besides that, that might be number 3. We'll come back to that. Nick Kurtz, we know how the Nick Kurtz has been. He's going to be Rookie of the Year in the AL. 175 OPS plus. Jacob Wilson, he's an all-star shortstop. 119 OPS plus. Just a 23-year-old man. Don't forget about the Soda Stream. Started off hot as crap. Maybe not got as hot, but at the end of the day, 118 OPS plus. Then you got Brent Rooker. He'll be there forever. He's got a 132 OPS plus. And Lawrence Butler on the season, 95 OPS plus. But I want to say the past month or two, he's come alive. So that is the amount of young talent they have in that lineup is very, very exciting if you live in Las Vegas.
So
If you live in Sacramento or Oakland, you might want to jump off a bridge right now.
catchers, OPS with at least 200 plate appearances. Cal Raleigh is number 1. Will Smith's number 2. Shea Langoliers is number 3.
All right, Athletics. I didn't forget about you. And they beat the Orioles in a series.
And the thing that I really enjoyed from this, and I found out about it this morning, is MLB's first ever switch throwing position player made a switch throwing, or he switched through. He went from the outfield where he throws left-handed
What?
to the infield where he throws right-handed. So Carlos Cortez is a switch thrower, but he plays outfield. Like, he hasn't played infield for 5 years. So he throws left-handed in the outfield. But the A's needed him to play third base because they ran out of infielders. So he comes out with a right-handed glove, and he plays third base for an inning. He's actually not even the only switch thrower in Major League Baseball right now.
Who else?
The Brewers have a guy, Anthony Siegler, who is a catcher third baseman. But when he plays outfield, he throws left-handed.
What the
That's so weird.
fuck is that?
But Siegler was a switch pitcher in high school, but I guess he was a better position player. And he was a catcher predominantly in the minors, and you can't be a left-handed catcher, Jack.
You can't make this shit up. There's 2 switch-handed.
Throwers in Major League Baseball right now.
Why don't they just play right-handed in the outfield? I guess their left hand is stronger than the left hand.
Cortez is a
Left-handed.
left-handed thrower,
Why
like
can't
predominantly. He had to teach himself how to throw right-handed because he was like, I'll be more valuable to teams if I can play the infield. And you can't play the infield left-handed, Jack.
you keep why? Why
Because you can't.
Because the angle. It's just like the angle. Like think about you're playing shortstop, and you catch a ball. When you go to throw your left hand, you have to turn your body around in a way that's way less natural than if you were throwing for right hand. And it will cost you like a half second.
Field the ball. First base is this way. So you're not going to field it and then throw like this. You got to turn your whole body to throw like at a decent angle.
It's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. Turning a double play would be a nightmare.
I don't think there's a great explanation for why catchers aren't left-handed.
Yeah, I don't know. I never really understood that either. I guess the logic is there's more right-handed batters, so when you're throwing it down to second or third base, the hitter will get in your way more often than not.
But I don't buy it.
Yeah,
but there's basically
left-handed
no
hitters.
left-handed catchers.
Yeah, there's left-handed hitters all the time, and it doesn't really affect the right-handed throwers. I think throwing it down to third base would be the biggest thing because that hitter would be in your way. But again, that's the same thing if you're right-handed.
Yeah. But overall, Siegler, I also think Siegler's a left-handed dominant player, but he came up as a catcher, and he's playing third base. So he's not throwing left-handed. So Pat Murphy should just put him in left field.
That's very interesting. A switch-handed thrower.
And not a pitcher.
Pretty cool. All right, Jack, your Marlins, they were hot. They even thought the Marlins was the next team up. And they just lost 3 out of 4 to the Braves.
4 out of 5.
4 out of 5 of the Braves. I mean, was it a sweep technically? Did we lose the makeup game? Is that
No, we won the makeup game, so
Okay.
it wasn't a sweep.
So it wasn't a sweep. Whatever. Hey, who cares? We're back. Chris Sale coming back.
30-pitch live BP. He's planning on making a rehab start this week.
Okay.
So he could be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, so the Marlins have been eliminated from postseason contention. Thanks for coming, Marlins. There was about a 3-day stretch where we thought, who knows? The Marlins looking good.
I came into this series thinking, I think the Braves are going to lose 4 out of 5. The Marlins are going to be in that playoff conversation. And then I don't feel like the games were all that close. The Marlins had a lead, I think, Friday night against with Sandy Alcantara on the mound and then blew it. And that was about it.
And good news for me as a Brave stockholder. Revenue's up.
Revenue is up.
Profits up.
Profits up. Payroll is down.
Love that. Love that. Stock is going up, motherfuckers. Fuck yeah. Getting rich, dude. I'm quitting the podcast. I got Brave stock. I don't need this shit. I'm invested with the big dogs. Me and Warren Buffett. Buy the Braves. If you haven't bought Brave stock yet, buy it. Michael Harris, though, got hot, huh? Michael Harris, is he back?
He is back. He changed his batting stance since the All-Star break. He's been, well, I'll give you an exact number, but one of the best hitters in the league.
Needed that.
He has the 5th most WAR in the league since the All-Star break. He has the same WRC plus as Shohei Ohtani.
All right. Love it. Okay. So Michael Harris. There's still light at the end of the tunnel, man. Michael Harris, going forward, could still be a great player. That's what that tells me. But yeah, Marlins, Braves. Braves are back. Marlins suck. The Cubbies. Cubbies need a win, man. Cubbies have 4 games back of the Brewers right now.
They're not playing badly. They're playing 500 baseball. But the Brewers just cannot lose. So they've lost. They're now 5.5 games, 6.5 games back from the Brewers in the standings. 6 games. And they're playing the Cardinals, who are basically doing everything they can to lose. And it doesn't go very well. The Cardinals, do I have it right? Yeah, the Cardinals won the series.
2 out of 3 for the Cardinals.
2 out of 3 for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Pico Armstrong, apparently last night, they pinch hit for him. He's not been playing well lately. Him and Kyle Tucker are in a slump right now. The offense is slumping a little bit, and they pinch hit for him. This is a freaking MVP candidate. They pinch hit for him in a Sunday Night Baseball game.
I did not have this on my radar, but over the last 15 games, he's hitting 182 with a 291 slugging, 233 on base percentage, because he's not a guy who takes a lot of walks.
Yeah, it was a tough look because, they pinch hit for the MVP.
They used a 41-year-old to pinch hit for him.
Yeah. Did it work out?
No.
Mm-mm. Well, there was also a video of him in the dugout, looked upset that he got pinch hit for. Don't blame him. Don't blame him. I think that's a little weird, right?
When I saw the box score this morning and I saw that Justin Turner pinch hit for Pico Armstrong, I was very confused. But he has like 1 hit in the last 7 games.
So what, man? You got to give your guys a shot. I mean, if Ohtani gets 1 hit in 7 games, they're going to pinch hit Ohtani? No.
Could you imagine?
I can't.
Mickey Rojas, your favorite player, comes off the bench to pinch hit for Ohtani.
Yeah. And hey, Armstrong's got more WAR than Ohtani. Some people would argue he's better than Ohtani. Bunch of fucking idiots would argue that.
You don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The NL East is over. That's right. It's a wrap. No one is touching the Mets.
Sorry. I just had to play that one more time. The NL East is over. The Mets have it under wraps. Reds, Pirates. Let me guess. The only thing that happened that was interesting was Paul Skeens.
Pretty much. It was a 2-2 4-game series tie. Paul Skeens gave up a career-high 7 hits.
But he shut him down, right?
Didn't give up a run.
There we
Struck out
go.
8 batters.
Paul Skeens, man. Paul Skeens is going to get his first Cy Young this year. Best pitcher in baseball. Paul Skeens. And honestly, we might not have another one the rest of the year. That could be it.
I think that might be it.
I think that might be it. Leads the league right now in ERA, FIP, hits per 9, home runs per 9. He's an all-star. They're giving him a little bit of length these last few games. I mean, there was a stretch where he was only pitching like 85 pitches, but I want to say the last few, he went 6 innings last start, and he threw 97, 94 the start before that, and 99 the start before that. So they're letting the guy go, and he's doing it, and he's back to 500 too.
He is?
Oh, no, he's 7-8. 7-8. 7-8. But when he pitches, his pitching record is 7-8, so just a game below 500. And his overall in the games that he started for the Pirates, 12-12. So still terrible for a guy who has a fucking 1.94 ERA, and you go 500 while he's on the mound is pretty amazing. But 12-12, hey.
Mike Petriello of MLB had an article about him having the lowest career ERA through 46 starts, and then he went out and lowered it. So now he has the lowest ERA through 47 starts. He has a 195 career ERA through 47 starts, and that's including pitchers. Oh, this is the live ball era. So since, 1920? No other starting pitcher has started their career better than Paul Skeens.
Pretty unprecedented. I think the only guy who has who might have had a better start to career as a pitcher before like 1800s, not counting those, is our boy in the Mets. Why am I blanking on
Doc Gooden?
Doc Gooden. I mean, Doc Gooden's first few years. You ever look at that shit?
Yeah, just unbelievable.
Yeah, so it's kind of hard for me to believe that Skeens has been better than him, but I guess he has in some way.
Through his Doc Gooden's first 3 seasons, he had a 2.28 ERA in 99 games.
Yeah, so he came up at 19 years old and got second in Cy Young voting. And I'm going to say he probably deserved it looking at these stats. Led the league in FIP, WHIP, hits per 9, home runs per 9, strikeouts per 9, 11.4 strikeouts per 9. And the next year, 1.53 ERA at 20 years old, 12.2 WAR as a pitcher. 12.2 WAR. Just had to show.
Has there been a pitcher with a 12.2 WAR in my lifetime?
Has there been a player with a 12.2 WAR?
Judge
and Ohtani? Pretty amazing. So shout out to Doc Gooden. Shout out to Paul Skeens. So
Judge didn't have a 12 WAR season.
No, he's not even close to being as good as Dwight Gooden. All right. Well, did he face Chase Burns? How did Chase Burns do?
Chase Burns pitched the next day.
Struck out 10.
Struck out 10
All
again.
that guy
He has
does is strike people out.
in his last 5 starts, he has 4 starts with 10 strikeouts. The only start that he doesn't have 10 strikeouts in that span is the Bristol game where he only could pitch 1 inning because of the rain.
But what's his ERA?
It's in the 5s.
Ooh, yeah. He'll figure it out.
His FIP is 244. And his expected ERA is 311. So he's been getting a little unlucky.
Amber is the color of your energy. Oh, rain clouds of the
I forgot we're supposed to look at him when he sings.
You know that band?
Oh, yeah, I forgot that too.
311? Come on, you guys don't even know what I'm talking about. Either way.
I'm already up to 4 strikes on not looking at Joey when he sings.
We're going to get a lot of comments about 311. You guys missed it. Either way, the Reds bought at the deadline. Haven't been that good since, though, have they?
No.
That's unfortunate. Their playoff odds are down to 12%.
I'm surprised they're still that high.
Why is that?
The NL Central, it's going to be the Cubs and the Brewers.
I agree.
And then you have, I guess the Mets are struggling, but then you have the NL West, Padres and Dodgers. So for the Reds to surpass one of those teams, that you just pray that the Mets continue to lose, I guess.
Well, I said the same thing with the Royals. If you want me to consider you a contender, you can't play the Pirates and not win the series. They split 4-game series against the Pirates. Not going to get it done. Speaking of teams who have absolutely no shot in the fucking hell to win. Diamondbacks, Rockies. I mean, come on, man. What is there?
D-backs swept.
D-backs swept.
They had a nice walk-off.
Snakes alive?
They had 9 straight hits in a game.
All right, then the Snakes are alive.
They're still 5 games back from the playoff spot?
That's surprisingly close, actually.
6 games.
6 games back with no players. Corbin Carroll, is he doing well?
He had a nice series.
Ketel Marte, is he doing well?
He's doing well.
Corbin Burns, where is he at in his rehab?
Probably just starting.
Like it. All right, so we're trending upwards for the Diamondbacks. Trade all your players, but you swept the Rockies. Rockies, are they on pace to be the worst team of all time again?
Let's see. They weren't when I looked earlier in the week. They were on pace to win or lose 118 games. Win 118 games. They have a 256 winning percentage right now. So they are on pace to win 41 games.
And that would be?
Right on pace.
So that would be
tie.
To tie. Chasing 41. Rockies, you can do it. Currently 37 and a half games back of the Dodgers. But they got more than 37 and a half games left.
They haven't been eliminated.
Come on.
Mathematically.
Come on. It ain't over till it's over. So you're saying there's a chance. The Nationals beat the Giants on the road.
James Wood had been one of the worst hitters in the league.
Once he started being bad, the Nats just fell apart.
Yeah, that's what ruined their season for sure. But he homered. He homered, had a double, had a 2-hit game yesterday. Verlander pitched on Sunday. He lost. Then said he hopes to pitch. I have 2023. 2026. He hopes to pitch in 2026.
Love it. Why not?
Why not?
He's good enough to make a team next year?
Depends on how low he's willing to go. He's still throwing 97?
Is he?
Did he? I think he hit 97 in a game very recently.
Braves? I mean, it would be good to have him on the Braves because we use it better than Carlos Carrasco. So he's only won 1 game this year, right?
He's 1-9 now.
Verlander? 1-9. But what's his ERA?
It is 4.53. That's not terrible.
Not terrible. Not terrible.
All right, let's see Verlander's fastest pitch this year. Whoa. 98.3. He's thrown 97, what is this, 7 times, 8 times? His fastest pitch was a 98.3 mile an hour fastball that was a ball. But he's what? Is he 43 now? 44?
I don't know. I'm already on the fan questions, to be honest. We got a couple good fan questions.
Moving on to the
Who
fan
cares
questions.
about Verlander right now? I love Verlander, but I don't want him to retire. I want him to come back next year. I don't ever want Verlander, Scherzer, or Kershaw to ever retire.
I thought the third one was going to be Rich Hill.
Or Greinke. Rich Hill can go, honestly. I'm kind of tired of it. I think Greinke comes back next year. I think him and Verlander, to get him in the same rotation, teach a young core how to pitch, and then I think we could make something work out.
I think the last straw for Greinke was that one game that the Royals had to remove their DH for, and so he's in the batting on deck circle, and we think we're going to get a Greinke at bat, and then they pinch hit for him. I think that was it for him.
And that's why the Royals suck. Because they've disrespected a legend, and now they're paying for it right now. They're not making the playoffs. All right, fan questions. Virginia question here. How are you feeling about the Buckies on 81? Listen, I fucking don't really know much about bookies, man. I fucking tried to go to the bookies on 81. The day after it opened, it was 4th of July. Dog. What the fuck is going on with Bucky's? It's a gas station? Dude, it was the most packed place I've ever seen in my life. I went in the parking lot and was like, fuck Bookies. I'm not going into the Bookies. So
It became like a big trend and stuff on TikTok and all that.
Yeah, so I am not high on the Buc-ee's on 81. I know it's a big thing, and I've passed it like 6 times, never stopped. I tried to stop once, couldn't get in. The amount of gas pumps at these Buc-ee's is fucking crazy.
Don't they have like 140?
A lot of gas pumps, man. It's a big deal. They had these people in Harrisonburg. They opened up Buc-ee's to line out the door. These people want to go to the gas station.
Mitch out here planning a route.
You want to hit the
there.
you want to hit the Buc-ee's?
If I leave right now, I can get there at 3:15.
And I didn't understand. My friend lives in Harrisonburg. He goes to this guy loves Buc-ee's, dude. G-Shock. I know this guy's in Buc-ee's 3 times a week getting the fuck. But he said they got great snacks, great sandwiches, and he always wears the Buc-ee's hats. A lot of gifts in there. But I'm like, yo, I don't know if I'm that hyped to go to Buc-ee's. I'm not waiting in a fucking 30-minute line to get in the gas station.
Same way I felt about like the Popeyes new chicken sandwich.
Oh, hell no.
And what else? Wasn't there another one? Grimace shake. I don't know.
I will stop by the Buc-ee's and listen. I'm gonna try it. I mean, I've fasted twice this weekend, and both times I thought about it, but I was like, I ain't going to Buc-ee's. But it didn't line up. If I had to piss and I was passing the Buc-ee's, I'd hit the Buc-ee's just to see what the hype's about.
I'm just wondering if it's that much better than like a Sheetz or a Wawa.
And I'm not big on Sheetz or Wawa. I think that shit's overrated, bro. The Sammys aren't even fire. The Sammys, Sheetz, and Wawa overrated. I like Rural Farmers better than both of them.
But it's not about the food being so good. It's about the options. It's about the capacity.
If you want to get a Sammy on the road, it's better than a 7-Eleven Sammy.
I mean, you and I when we went to Philly, we stopped at Sheetz on the way there and on the way back.
Probably Wawa, wouldn't it? If we're going,
it might have been Wawa.
We're in Philly, so.
Might have been Wawa, but we both, I got a quesadilla on the way there and a quesadilla on the way back and a bonus quesadilla. Remember?
Yes, we got free quesadilla.
Free quesadilla.
Well, we'll see what Buc-ee's can do against Sheetz. But my first experience at the Buc-ee's on 81 was not good, so that's left a bad taste in my mouth. I'm like, what are these Neanderthals doing? Why do you want Buc-ee's that bad, guys? It's a lot of pumps. I respect a lot of pumps. I love gas, but...
Why are you going Buc-ee's instead of Buc-ee's?
I have an accent, so sometimes it comes out that way. Is it pronounced Buc-ee's?
You said Buc-ee's every other time, and I feel like you're doing it on purpose. But I was just wondering why.
He's making sure he's pronouncing it right at least once.
The Buc-ee. What's your dream World Series matchup? I know we already asked this, but I actually love this question. And I feel like a kind of fucking hack or a piece of shit. I feel like a bad baseball fan saying this, but I feel like my dream World Series matchup is still Dodgers versus Yankees. And I know, dude, people are like, oh, bro, the big market, East Coast bias. I guess one team's on the East. But you know what I'm saying? Like the star power, the rematch. I kind of
views.
The views, I love the views. I'd like to see that, but I really do want the Dodgers in the World Series. But there's a few teams that I'd like to see in the World Series.
The World Series matchup I'm wanting would be terrible for ratings. I want the Mariners and the Brewers.
See, that's the thing. Is like I never feel that way. I hate when people say that. Or I don't hate when people say that, but like a lot of hardcore, or not hardcore, but a lot of fans are like, oh, I don't want to see Dodgers again. I don't want to see Yankees again. I don't want to see like the 2 biggest teams in it every year. But kind of, I feel like usually I'm like, those are the teams I actually want to see, the ones with the most star power. Like 2 years ago, we got Rangers, Diamondbacks, and that was the least exciting World Series that I can remember. Like, I wasn't hyped for that shit at all.
It reminds me of the Patriots run, right? It's like everybody's like kind of sick of them winning and sick of them being in the Super Bowl, but at the same time, like it's like good TV.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have the stars, they're making plays. It's like watching actual. You don't want to watch a World Series where it's just like grinding out a victory and nothing cool happens.
Or players that you never heard of.
Like
for a lot of people.
Trying to market a Brewers-Mariners World Series would be a nightmare for Fox.
Well, I'm not even talking about marketing because obviously I know every single fucking player in the World Series regardless of who's in it. I'm not even thinking of it of like a business viewership aspect. I think for me personally, entertainment value, I would rather see the Dodgers versus the Yankees. But I would be just as excited to see him play the Mariners. Like my original question was the Mariners. But the thing is, I think the Dodgers are so stacked compared to any American League team. Like, I don't want to see the Dodgers sweep. So I want to see a team that has a chance to beat the Dodgers. And I think roster construction-wise, I mean, what team in the AL has the best chance to beat the Dodgers? Or the Mets or the Phillies or the Padres, who could all be in it?
I think Mariners over Yankees just for the reason of like having an upset be possible. I mean, I know the Yankees winning against the Dodgers would still be probably considered an upset, right?
Yes.
But it's the Yankees.
Yes.
Like seeing the Mariners beat the Dodgers would be like an incredible.
You're
I mean,
right.
that would be so sick.
Nah, you're good because the Mariners haven't fucking won a playoff.
They've never been to a World Series.
Yeah, that will be electric. Macklemore will be out there doing the first pitch, singing the national
Until
anthem.
I was 10, I thought I was gay.
You were gay at 10, Jack. Let's be honest.
Until I was 10, I was gay.
On behalf of Baltimore, Jack is dead to us. I agree. I don't know why he said that shit.
You know what?
I love
actually
Baltimore, and I just shout out Royal Farms. I said Royal Farms is better than Wawa and Sheets and Buc-ee's. So fucking Baltimore, I'm in your corner. Jack Schwartz, on the other hand,
I just want to say though that in my defense, like I'm from Tampa, Florida. Baltimore is like the Tampa of Maryland. I'm from the Baltimore of Florida. Like that's just how it is, dude. You get made fun of for being shitty. You can't tell me the Baltimore is fucking beautiful, but it's got a lot of
The Inner Harbor?
character.
The
Got a lot
Inner-
of character.
the Inner Harbor, Camden Yards, Pickles. You ever been to Pickles? You ever have an Orange Crush?
Yeah.
All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Well, you haven't been to Pickles. You haven't been to Camden Yards.
I haven't been to Pickles.
You need to go to Camden Yards.
Joey did give you a, what's it called? A pass?
I gave
a
him
get
a
out of work free
A
pass?
permission slip.
Permission slip.
That if you want to see Cal Raleigh, we should do this. The Mariners are coming to Baltimore.
You don't have to convince us. We'll go to a game. You've yet to bring us to
Dude,
a fucking game.
I'll buy a ticket for you and Matilda. You two can go to Baltimore. Watch the.
I'd rather go with Mitch than
I'll
Matilda.
buy. Well, Mitch has to do work. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. What are the games? What are the games?
But Matilda doesn't give a fuck about
They're like
baseball.
6:30,
I know, but do you
6:40.
want to go alone, Jack?
No, I guess I don't want to go alone. I don't want to go to Baltimore.
You'll get murdered.
Alone.
You'll get murdered.
Baltimore,
according to
see
you,
this
the
guy?
most dangerous city in the world.
No,
man.
they'll
say that.
murder him because he hates Baltimore, not because of
And
it
he,
being dangerous or not.
and he hates the squeegee kids too.
Here's the thing. I do hate the squeegee kids, but if you say that in Baltimore, people are like, hey, fuck you.
They're just trying
Like
to.
they're working hard, but
they're
it's
working their
but
ass
it's like a
off.
tourist scheme, bro. It's like it's a scam.
I don't
mean,
think it's safe for just Jack to go to Baltimore after him saying all of this stuff.
Well, if you guys want to go to the game on Thursday or Wednesday or Thursday, or Tuesday, Wednesday or Thursday, I'll get 2 tickets. Oh, I'll give you 2 tickets on Wednesday.
you don't want to come.
No, I can't go.
No, you would never go to Baltimore.
I would like to go, but it's just bad schedule in the middle of the. Oh, maybe Tuesday. But I'd like to see Jack in Camden Yards. He'd enjoy it, man.
I got a crab mac and cheese hot dog last time I was there.
Oof.
I expected to hate it. And it's not that bad.
Crab mac and cheese hot dog.
I'm gonna send you up there into the splash zone with Mr. Splash. And every time they hit a home run, he splashes you with water. It's so cool.
From a squeegee bucket.
And you can see Big Dumper out there, your new team, the Mariners. I think it'd be a nice little field trip for you. We're gonna work that out.
All right.
And when you can get a full Baltimore review when you come back, see if anything's changed. I want to see you come back in the whole fucking whatever flag they got.
Orioles hat, Orioles jersey, state flag,
Stab
undershirt.
wound.
Old Bay. An Old Bay t-shirt. Well, before we go, one last time.
You don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. The NL East is over.
That's it. See you next time.
Not on point with the soundboard
No,
girls today.
we're trying.
Okay, bye.
The NL East is over.